All right, everybody, how's it going? My name is Jake. I go by JRideFlips here on social media. I have had hernia surgery. I had it 11 days ago. This is my first time back doing a live since then. I feel like I can sit upright without any pain and all that good stuff. So thought today would be a good day to do a live question and answer. If you guys want to ask me anything about reselling, about eBay, about thrift stores, garage sales, if you have questions about sourcing, about promoted listings, about anything that has to do with reselling, I also have been doing a lot of reselling on Poshmark, Mercari, and other avenues as well. So if you guys have any questions regarding really anything that has to do with reselling, go ahead and put them in the comments and we will get to them. The most important factor when it comes to reselling is sourcing. I feel like that's kind of like a no-brainer. You can't sell anything if you don't have anything. But I feel like a lot of times we focus too much on the algorithm or too much on our titles or too much on all of these smaller things on eBay that don't actually matter. What really matters is consistently getting profitable inventory that you can sell online. It is the most important thing we can do for our business, and it just happens to be the hardest. It is the easiest to do. Everyone loves sourcing. 95% of people love sourcing. Everyone loves to go to yard sales. Everyone loves to go to garage sales and thrift stores and flea markets. Everyone loves the hunt and the thrill of the find, but it's hard to stay disciplined and only pick up items that you know are going to sell, preferably for a huge profit and a fast profit. Those two things combined, big profit, fast sell through, is what really makes an eBay business run like an oiled machine. So, the most important aspect of our eBay business is sourcing. You need to create a route, whether it's daily, a few times a day, weekly, or monthly, of thrift stores, of garage sales. Maybe you do storage units. Maybe you have storage unit contacts that you're able to get a ton of items from. But sourcing is what makes a bad reseller a good seller, and what makes a good seller a great reseller, and what makes a great reseller into a phenomenal entrepreneur. If you are not getting quality inventory consistently, you're not going to be selling quality inventory consistently, and if you're not selling anything, then you're clearly not making any money. So a few tips for sourcing. Everyone has their foundation of thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, and flea markets. One of those four things is going to be the best, and you need to lean into that. Even if you love garage sales, but your thrift stores are better, you need to lean into your thrift stores. Even if you love thrift stores and you love Goodwills, but your area is just awful for them, you need to lean away from them, and you need to lean into your flea market or your garage sales. That's the foundation. Then there's a second part on top of that that is difficult to break into, but that is online sourcing. One of the most profitable ways to source online is to buy things off of eBay or auction sites and to resell them on eBay or other platforms for a profit. Another way to do that is through Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace has been especially fruitful for me recently. There's a lot more. I live in a town that has a lot of people moving in from California, a lot of people moving in from Las Vegas, and even Phoenix, Nevada, Phoenix, Arizona. And these three cities are very big, very industrial. And a lot of these people come from like a storage unit buying background. And they still have these connections, and they like to flip on local Facebook Marketplace more than they like to flip on eBay because they want to avoid fees. Maybe they want to avoid taxes, or maybe they want to just have quicker flips. Everyone has their different reasons. But I'm finding a lot of these contacts moving to my town that have cameras that you capitalize on. Another way that you can source online, again through Facebook, is actually going to Facebook groups. Whatever your city name is, let's say you live in Omaha, Nebraska. type into Facebook, Omaha, Nebraska online yard sale, people will constantly be putting up washers and dryers and dressers and couches, but they're also going to be putting up laptops and iPhones and cameras and Pokemon cards and video games and baseball bats. And you can get a ton of stuff from Facebook, not only from Facebook Marketplace, but from these Facebook yard sale groups. There's a ton of different ways to source. It's our responsibility to find what the best and most fruitful ways of sourcing is in our own towns. And then it's also important that we source outside of our towns, just so we're making a consistent, nice income on eBay. If you do not have sourcing, if you do not have items, you're not going to be able to go full time, and you're not going to be able to make a ton of money on eBay or other reselling sites if you don't have inventory. But just remember, you can be the best lister and you can have the best keywords and you can understand eBay's algorithm completely, but if you don't have items to sell, you're not going to sell anything. So get those good items, everybody, and go ahead and ask me anything. Again, really appreciate, I just kind of clicked away. Hopefully you guys can all hear me. We have 100 people in here. I really appreciate everybody coming out. For those of you that follow me a little more closely know that I just had hernia surgery. I still can't lift things over 20 pounds, but check this out. Doing good. So I'm really excited to be back. I wasn't going to go live today because I got a ton of good footage going to an estate sale where I found a ton of really good stuff. Sadly, that footage was deleted. So So I guess I'll just do this live instead, and then hopefully there will be more. Hopefully there will be more awesome videos of live sourcing to come. And if you guys enjoy estate sale videos and thrifting videos and garage sale videos, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to JRide Picks. This is JRide Flips. I have a second channel called JRide Picks. But yeah, let's hop into the intros and the questions. I also got this new mouse. If anyone's looking for a nice mouse, the Logitech MX Master 3S is amazing. It's $100 at Best Buy where I got it. You can probably get it online for 80 new. You can probably get it on Whatnot for like $18, and then you can probably get it used on eBay for like $40. But this thing is sweet. I really like it so far. How's it going, Christian? And how's it going, Zodiac? That's a cool name, Zodiac. Thanks for always being here, guys. Really appreciate you. We love JRide. I appreciate Brandon. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good. I have a question. What would be the best platform to really sell vintage glassware? Principally, I think your foundation should be eBay. When I think of eBay, I think of a place where I can get one-off used items that I can't just go into Walmart and buy, and I can't even go onto Amazon and buy. So when I want something in that realm, the first place I go is eBay. Another place where you can really start to sell vintage glassware is also Whatnot. Whatnot is growing on that category. You don't have to have a following to succeed there, but you do have to build your own over time. Obviously, if you have a social media presence, it's going to help you greatly. But Whatnot is actually a pretty decent place for that category. My friend Sunny Las Vegas does very well over there. Jocelyn, the crazy lamp lady, does amazing in glassware over there on Whatnot. And also her new platform, Knickknacks, is an awesome place to get started on vintage glassware as well. But honestly, I don't think there's a better platform for that than eBay. And honestly, that is the answer to most major categories that are in used condition. I think eBay is typically king. Glad you're on the mend. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks. I'm glad to be here. Hello from West Palm Beach. Good to see you doing well. Thanks, James. I've been seeing you popping up in my comment section a lot recently. Thanks for supporting and reaching out. Hi from the UK. How's it going, Sandra? I love the UK resellers. What's up? About to list and draft. That's what I'm talking about. Who will win? Alex, who will win what? Are you talking about the Super Bowl? My dad has grown up a Chiefs fan, and they have sucked for 40 years. So he is really, really enjoying the dynasty right now. And so, yeah, Unpopular opinion, I like it when people dominate and can't be beat. So I want the Chiefs to win. I love dynasties. Most people like underdogs, but yeah, if someone can, if you're in the top, if you're in the NFL, you're in the top 1% of football players in the world. And if you can be the top 1% of the top 1% and just consistently destroy everyone, I mean, that's awesome. I just started in December and have 3,100 items since I've sold 31. I think you said $3,100 since then. 90 items. I have 42 lists. Okay, I think you sold $3,100 and you have 90 items. You've sold 90 items for $3,100 and you have 42 listed. That's good. That's some good numbers right there, Casey. Keep that up. Controversial take: clothing resellers are lazy resellers that only want to pack items under a pound. I don't. Yeah, that is pretty controversial. I don't agree with you there. There is a lot of really good profit to be made in clothing, but a lot of people flock to it because of its abundance and how cheap it is. So I guess that is on the lazier side. But just to put that all encompassing on clothing resellers, I disagree. I actually listing clothing is tough. I don't like listing clothing. It's a lot easier to just grab a mouse and type in um 0344-19 and have all of them pop up and then just copy that listing that has already sold and just throw it up instead of trying to perfectly match a clothing article or type it out from scratch. So today I had a return to sender case where the address was wrong and it came back to me. How would you handle this? The guy is Spanish and I have no idea what he is saying. So when it comes to those situations, eBay does expect you to ship it back out to them with a corrected address, or to have them start or you can have them start an item not received case, and then you can just refund them their money and sell it again to someone else, or you can try to work out their address and get it sent back to them. But unfortunately, that's kind of your only two options: is force them to do an item not received case and then refund them, or um, or get them to clarify their address and send it back out to them. But in my experience, I just refund them and block them so they can't buy it again, so I don't run into that situation again, and then just sell it to someone else. Shipping on eBay is a thorn in my side. Where can I get a scale to weigh? I got this off of eBay 2 years and a few months ago when I started. I think it was $14 free shipping, and it still works today. So just type into eBay or Amazon scale, and then just make sure it's not like a stand-on scale for your weight, and then you can just shop around and find a good one. But yeah, I don't like it. A scale is a scale. There's some you can get like a nicer industrial one that's like big and has the stainless steel, and then it has the cord. I do recommend making sure that it has a cord, so that way when you place, like a KitchenAid mixer, it'll most likely cover up that digital screen that on the top that some of them have. So make sure it has a cord, so that way you can place your KitchenAid mixer on it and then still see how much it weighs over here. Make sense? So yeah, that's my only recommendation. But yeah, it's easy to just find a scale on eBay or Amazon or something like that. Okay, let's see. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good? I hope you are. Should I be putting in or leaving out apostrophes in my titles? I would always use them, but I'm assuming most do not when searching for clothing. Can it hurt, or is it irrelevant? I think it's closer to the irrelevant side, but I think it's much better to leave those out. I don't put any dashes or slashes or apostrophes or emojis of any kind, except for when I'm listing glasses. I'll put like 37-18-140 because that's the measurements of glasses. But that's really the only place where I use anything like that. I just use alphabetic letters for my listings. But I have no data supporting that it helps or hinders your listings. And I do think I still have no data for this, but I do think that emojis are just not helping you whatsoever. So I would definitely would include emojis. Hey man, what's up? What is the best way to separate words in the titles that doesn't have sound like run-on sentences? Do you? Yeah. So yeah, back to back, almost the same question. Yeah, I don't use anything like that. I just do a nice run-on sentence. All titles really are just a main description and keyword stack. So like, don't worry, like for this, I wouldn't put any commas or anything. I would just put Carhartt hat, men's black, not company, logo, mesh, adjustable. So that isn't a fluid sentence, and it doesn't matter. It actually helps to just put the best keywords that people are searching for. Don't try to make grammatical sense. The best listings are just a nice little stack of keywords. So, what do you and your fellow full-time resellers do about health insurance if you are unable to get HI through a family member? Yeah, so it's just available on the marketplace. So you just contact a insurance agent, and in a lot of cases, so like I know a lot of people that have a full-time job and they reject the insurance from their employer and then they just go and get their own insurance off the marketplace. It's available to everyone. This is kind of a stigma that like stops people from becoming entrepreneurs and running their own businesses. Health insurance on the marketplace is very affordable, especially when you have a bigger family. And a lot of times, like if you're like a teacher or things like that, a lot of times school districts will only insure you, and then you have to get separate policies outside of your employer for your wife and your kids or your husband. So it's actually not very hard at all. You just get in contact. You can honestly just Google it and do it yourself, but I definitely recommend having an insurance agent. You don't pay the agent once the insurance is set up. The insurance company pays the agent for the referral, so you're good. So you're not going to pay anything extra getting an agent, unless like some agents try to charge. I would stay away from those agents. But also, if you set up an S corporation, your insurance actually becomes very, very, very good. So like a lot of people hate on me on TikTok in my videos. They're like, "Oh, what do you do about health insurance?" I'm like, "Oh, through my S corporation, I promise you, my benefits are better than yours, buddy." So, but yeah, just get an agent and then just go into the marketplace and you can get some good stuff set up. And then if you have extra money on the side, I would recommend HSA accounts, health saving accounts, and I would never touch that principal and I would just let it grow at a compounding rate of typically 6 to 10% a year. And there's a ton of it's just better to be an entrepreneur. That's why the tax code is written the way it is. People think that entrepreneurs get screwed over by the tax code and by taxes. It's actually very beneficial for us. It was written so we would take advantage of it so we can employ others and create a broader economy for the US nation. So being an entrepreneur is awesome, in my opinion. Salem, NH, thank you for sharing your experiences and knowledge. Hey, I appreciate that. New Hampshire, thank you. I have 45 listed and 80 sold. Can't keep stuff on the shelf. That's what I'm talking about, man. A lot of people on eBay are struggling right now, and my heart goes out to them. But it seems like you're focusing on fast sell-through items and you have nothing. You're complaining about not having enough. That's where you want to be. That is a good problem. It's a good problem to not have enough inventory. It's a very bad problem to have too much inventory. Let's see here. What's up, Jake? How's it going? Also, join a Facebook sell group of a Richie town near you. Yep. Yeah. I have a friend that lives just outside of Beverly Hills. He owns a pest control company. And he goes into those rich neighborhoods where, the Kardashians and The Rock and all those guys live. And they're constantly changing the, what's it called? The gate code to get in. You have to like enter in. But because he has a pest control service and he does houses in there every single week, he automatically just gets that information sent to him every day. And so what he does is every night, once the sun goes down, he puts in that code and he drives the streets of freaking Beverly Hills, and he picks up empty Chanel boxes, and he even finds Gucci sunglasses and shoes all the time, because all the celebrities, they just use it and they just have to throw it on the curb and let the trash come get it. So he just goes around and just picks all of that stuff up. So it's a dope business model. I can only get about 7 items per week in my local thrift store. How can I scale? I'm a student with limited time to travel out of town for more thrift stores. It sounds, from what my small communications with you, Jonathan, it sounds like this is kind of your first year, maybe even first 6 months. Definitely capitalize on, what's it called? Jeez. Yard sales and flea markets. If you don't have a flea market in your town, definitely focus on yard sales. They're awesome. They are freaking sweet. And then also, if you have limited time and your thrift stores aren't that good, like honestly, no shame, dumpster diving, man. Especially at the beginning and end of semesters. Rich kids at your college will throw away their laptop. I don't think you're ever gonna find any MacBooks, but sometimes like these kids, they'll just be like, "Hey, sweet, I'm done with college." Throw a Lenovo laptop worth $114 in used condition. So that's also a way that you can branch out and scale as well if you have no shame, which I don't think anyone should. Like, and then yeah, and then just utilizing Facebook. Facebook is a game changer. It's hard to learn, and it's not always time effective. It's hard to master, but especially at the beginning when I first started, I'm like, this is a lot of work to get one camera for $10 that I have to drive to. But you just naturally over time get better and better and better at it, and then boom, you start to really maximize. So I would start looking into Facebook Marketplace, and also your local town yard selling page, because a lot of times like people just like, one time I bought a bag of golf clubs, and I, like, as a reseller, paid up for them. They were worth $600, and I bought them for 250. So that's a great margin. But like, some resellers would be like, "No, I'm not touching that. Not enough margin or too much risk or whatever." But also in the bag, and the guy in the bag, there was a rangefinder similar to this one, similar to this bad boy, and sold that for like $300. I even like reached into the pocket and like, "Hey man, there's a Callaway 300 rangefinder in here." He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess that's included." I'm like, okay, sweet. so yeah, like, even like, and okay, do you guys want to know how McDonald's makes so much money? Principally because they lease out their real estate, and they make a ton of money. They're pretty much just like a real estate company. But the second biggest reason is because of add-ons. So they get you to come in for the burger, which they make very razor thin margins on. Sometimes they even lose money on the burger, but they make a ton of money on the soda and a ton of money on the fries. So you go to McDonald's for the burger, you leave with fries and a drink as well. You can go to someone's the other day I went to someone's house to buy a ton of cameras. And then I also said, "Do you have anything else, like remote controls or Walkmans or like sunglasses?" And he's like, "Oh." It's like, "Yeah, I got a ton of sunglasses too." And then I walked out with a ton of Coach and and Oakley sunglasses too, all for $1 each. So it's like, while you're there, ask for more. At yard sales, you see a lot of other influencers and YouTubers. They say, "Hey, you got any video games?" I ask for remotes, and a lot of times people, instead of charging me for them, they just give me them. So I buy like 3 or 4 things from the yard sale. I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have any like Roku or Sony remotes? Like really any remotes that you guys aren't using?" And a lot of people are like, "Oh yeah." And they go inside, they go in their junk drawer. They pull out like 4 remotes, and like, you can just have them. And a lot of times I get like $70 Onkyo remotes that are to a specific receiver. Sometimes I get the $20 Roku remote, and not all Roku remotes are worth money, so you have to look up each individual model number. But a lot of them are worth good money. Scott, you want to go outside? So there goes Jake selling the company secrets for free. But yeah, ask for more. Appropriately ask for more, and you will be given more. So, This is awesome. I think we got a nice little super chat here. Appreciate that so much. It's from Jesus Diaz. It looks like it's a sticker. I can't see the sticker on this side from StreamYard, but I really appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the sticker. Let's see here. You guys are awesome. We're gonna go to, what percentage rate would you say you spend on shipping? I can tell you exactly. About 13%. Yep, 13%, like 13.5% goes towards shipping. Because especially on bigger items, you can just charge them what people would pay for at the post office. So like if you sell like a Bose, so like I can't lift things, I forgot. If you sell like 5-disc CD changer like this Sony I have over here, you can list it for $80 plus calculated shipping. And then someone's going to pay $41 for the calculated shipping. And then you utilize the eBay or pirate ship discounts. And it only costs you $17 to ship it. And then you make an additional $14 worth of profit. Obviously, you have to deduct for your time and for the fees that are charged on shipping and the bubble wrap. So you need to charge a little more on shipping just to break even. But I make additional revenue and profit off of the shipping as well. And people are willing to pay for the item. So if someone gives you $200 and you charged $140 plus shipping, so you charge $60 in shipping and it only costs you $42 to ship it, it's okay to keep that $18. They agreed to paying you $200, so keep your $200. And if you want to refund them, you can, but this is a business. So welcome back. How's it going, Archie? Nice to see you here, man. I know I'm doing a live at the same time as Shane, Soda City Flips, my really good buddy. I hate that I'm doing that, but just really needed to hop on here and do a live. So, what's up, Jake? Glad you're feeling better. Can't believe I finally made it to a live chat. Oh, hey, thanks for being here, TC. Glad you made it too. How was it when you quit your job and started to become a full-time reseller? So I never had a job. I owned a pest control company and also a few other businesses. And so I've always just worked for myself. I guess doing door-to-door sales, I was working for someone else as an independent contractor, but I made my own hours. And if I worked a ton that day, I made a ton that day. And if I didn't work at all, then I didn't make any money. You know how it goes. So what I did was I just I had my full-time pest control company that I was actively acquiring new customers, and I was servicing a few of the jobs myself, and I had a team and I was managing them. And then I started to do eBay on the side, and then as eBay grew, I gave more responsibilities to my employees on the pest control. And then my eBay grew more, and I gave them even more responsibilities, and then it grew even more, and then I sold the whole company off completely. And my dog wants to go out, so let's go take her outside. My back door has bells on it, and when she wants to go outside, she rings the bells. Hi, Scout. You can go on outside. All right, let's see here. Let's get to these next questions. So yeah, and when it comes to like going full time or quitting your job, I definitely don't recommend doing that quickly at all. The way that I recommend going full time or quitting your job is not to do so until you have 6 months of bills, even better, 12 months of bills in your bank account. So if your bills are $3,000 a month, you need at least $18,000 liquid before you can go full time. I also would recommend making double your bills each month. So if your bills are $3,000, don't go full time until you're making $6,000 and you have at least $18,000 in your bank account. Don't forget the exit the live chat and hit the like button, then rejoin the chat. Thanks, Brandon. I appreciate that. Hope your repercussion follows smoothly. Don't overexert yourself. Yeah, recuperation. That was funny. Sorry. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm nervous that I go a little too fast too, but I don't know. I just love being alive and working and doing all that good stuff. So I'm going slower. I'm going as slow as I can. My wife and my dad come thrifting with me every morning and grab the receivers and all the good stuff that I can't lift. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thoughts on ending and donating your bad items? Will it be bad for your store if you drastically reduce items at once? No, it will be extremely positive for your store. If you get rid of all of your undesirable items, it's only going to increase your sell-through and your click-through rate, and eBay is going to see that as a much more positive signal, and they're going to trust you with more eyeballs because you consistently get more sales with less eyeballs. More sales, less eyeballs equals eBay being comfortable giving you more eyeballs to get more sales. Hope that made sense. I just started selling on eBay and was wondering, do you think it's best to promote all of your items? I believe so, but I wouldn't start yet. I would learn how to sell them without promoting them. And then promotions is just a way to increase velocity and increase the amount of sales you're getting per day, per week, per month, per year. So I would recommend starting out not promoting, really understanding what your items sell for, how you need to title them, what the shipping costs on everything is, really understand your numbers, and then you can dive right into promoted listings to increase your sales. And then once you're ready to start doing promotions, I recommend starting at 2%, which is the lowest available. And then sticking with that for a week, maybe two. If you're happy with your sales, you can stay there. If you would like a little bit more sales, I would increase again, and then increase again until you find that sweet spot that's best for you and your business. But right here we have a super sticker for $2. 601 Roll Liz 3NP. Awesome name. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. You guys are really awesome. I don't deserve you. Jonathan says, how would you recommend running a reselling business in a dorm room? I will be in college next fall. I would focus on remotes, cameras, video games, basketball cards, anything that can fit in your hand. That's what I would focus on. Even if, I wouldn't recommend selling Dyson vacuums or baseball bats or anything like that. Just focus on the small sell-through rate, and then just have two clear big tubs underneath your bed. I think you'd be able to have a store of about 400 items is pushing it. You can probably have 250 to 300 under your bed, and then maybe your top drawer can be another 100. And then, just focus on small, fast sell-through rate items, and try to keep doing what you're doing now, where you have 90 sales and only 42 listed. That's where you want to be. I think you can make a full-time living just doing remote controls. And I think you could fit 500 remote controls underneath a twin size bed, especially if you get those blocks that you can extend how high your bed is, and then you can stack 2 rows of bins. That's what I would do. Hey Jay, we love your content. Appreciate that. Have you run into any situations with eBay international shipping not available to a buyer after they committed to buy? No. Do you inevitably have to cancel the sale? I'd assume so. I've never had that happen before, ever. Is it eBay saying, hey, you can't ship this item, or is it the customer saying, hey, you can't ship this item? I've never heard of that, so I'm sorry that I can't be more of assistance here. But yeah, I don't know what you are talking about, so unfortunately I can't answer that question. But yeah, I'd call eBay. Hi, JK Chat. Hey, how's it going? I think you're talking to someone else. Most resellers will, whatever you can live on. Typically, I see people who sell 100 to 150,000 a year with 60K profit. Yeah, just having some conversations. How do you source items in a small town? I'd have to go to the small town to answer that question more fully, but there's always items somewhere. There's always guys that Like there's always guys that get that Amazon liquidation, and you can make deals with them. There's always estate sales and yard sales and things like that. But yeah, that's very individualistic to each town. But like I said, you got to have that foundation of thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales. Then you can add a layer of online sourcing, and then you can add a layer of contacts who bring you stuff. But it's all very individual to each town. How do you do shipping, print your own labels, and let eBay figure out the cost? Yeah. So you just list all of your items. I have a video called Beginning, like how to ship on eBay for beginners. I'd watch that video here on YouTube. And then basically I just tell you to measure and weigh all of your items and then select calculated shipping, and eBay takes care of all of that for you. You can buy a printer, but at the beginning, which sounds like you are a beginner, I would just recommend once you sell an item, eBay will send you a QR code, and then you can take your phone to the post office, they'll scan it, and then they'll send it. They'll print off a label and ship it for you. How you ship through eBay, just like that. So go watch that video. It's funny how randomly people will ask like the same question right in a row. It's great. So yeah, just hop over to that video that I'm talking about, how to ship on eBay for beginners, on my channel, and that'll help you as well. I have a question. I have a high-priced pair of jeans for $230. I had someone buy them. I canceled the sale because the buyer created their account the same day. I thought possible scam. Anyway, to avoid new buyers. Yeah, Lisa, I think you made a mistake there. Someone Googled those pants who has never bought anything on eBay before and really wanted your item. And then they created an account so they could buy them, and then you canceled the order on them. Most likely. Is it possible that it's a scam? Yeah, I think under 10%. I think under, honestly, like 3%, that's a scam. It's really someone just wanted those jeans and they Googled them. They couldn't find them anywhere else, so they just Googled them, and it's like, oh, they're available on eBay. Sweet, I'll buy it. And then he canceled it on them. So I'm selling a lot more on Mercari, and a lot of the items that I've sold already are going to first-time purchasers because they're just Googling it and it's popping up on Mercari. So yeah, just learn from that. Ship it out to first-time buyers. I'd say probably 5% of my orders on eBay are also to first-time buyers as well. So yeah, just ship things out. Do you list the same items on multiple platforms? And if so, how do you determine who gets it when it sells? Yes, I do. I list my items to eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and when it sells on one of those platforms, I delist it on the other platforms. So whoever buys it is who I send it to. Hey, what's up, brother? Good to see you back on live. Appreciate you being here, Paul. I see you everywhere on my account. Really appreciate the support, man. How do you handle shipping at lightweight items used first-class mail? No tracking. It seems like eBay wants a tracking number. Yeah, all first-class items have a tracking number. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. Yeah, if you ship things through eBay, it will have a tracking number. Are you talking about like on Facebook Marketplace, maybe? I'm pretty sure Facebook Marketplace generates a label for you as well with tracking. So if you want to ask that again in a different way, maybe I'm not understanding. There was a refund option, so I refunded them and relisted it. Might be different. If so, I can read Spanish. Oh. Yeah. Just if it just didn't work out, then you can just go ahead and cancel, which is fine. Hi Jay, I'm late. A little good news. eBay paid for a return. Guy took 2 weeks to return Sony CD player. When it came back, door to operating system was loose and broken. Player not playing CD or radio. Gotta love it. Gotta love it when people just return things. But yeah, eBay really does have our backs in most cases. If you're a good seller, if you consistently put in the work to be a good seller and have good demographics and stuff like that, then it's going to be good for you. Also, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. I forget to ask people to subscribe to my channel all the time. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. Oh, American Arbitrage just went live selling sports cards on Whatnot. That's dope. Kerry's a good guy. If you guys don't follow American Arbitrage, you should follow him too. Jake, the only dynasty in your lifetime so far is the New England Patriots. KC hasn't come close. They have a long way to go to be compared, just saying. Yeah, if they win this Super Bowl, they are by definition a dynasty. I don't think Patriot in your name has anything to do with that comment, right? No, yeah, like the Warriors are a dynasty, and yeah, the Chiefs are a dynasty. 4 Super Bowls in 6 years. Hate to break it to you, that's a dynasty. But I'm a fan of Tom Brady, so no hate. Can't wait to start my eBay. Just waiting on some money. I want to follow your example and make money like you. Do it, man. Do it, Johnny. This is going to be an awesome opportunity for you. You're going to kill it. Most people cannot find high profit items consistently in their areas. It is becoming very saturated market. That I hate to break this to you, AC, but if you are better than your competition, you will always, like, this is across every job in every industry. 20% of people are better than everyone else in their way, and they just get over that. So there are always better areas and worse areas, just like there are always better sourcers and not as great sourcers. Be the better sourcer. I know that is going to offend a lot of people, but if you think about yellow cars, you will see yellow cars. If you think about failing, you will fail. If you think about succeeding, you will succeed. I promise. Okay. So it is harder to source in other areas and it is easier to source in other areas, but winners will always win. Go be a winner. Hi there. Is it better to list a lot consistently or sell through rate or both? I strongly think that it is better to list high sell through rate items at a lower quantity. If you find 20 items with a 10% sell through rate, then it's going to take you 2.5 years to sell 20 items. If you find 5 items with a 100% sell through rate, it'll take you 90 days to sell 5 items. I think it's much better to sell 5 items in 90 days than to sell 20 in 2.5 years. Hi, Jake. Need help with a Logitech Harmony 650 remote. It turns on, but I cannot get it to reset by holding the off and menu button. Just seeing if there's a defect before I list it. Any advice? Yeah, it sounds like there's something wrong with the internal component. What's really cool about situations like this is you can just go to Best Buy and drop it off to Geek Squad and say, hey, can you fix this? And a lot of times they'll fix it for free. And just ask them, like, does it cost like $10 or $100 to fix, like anything like that? And those guys just know what they're doing, and they have different softwares that we don't. And yeah, so yeah, if you can't get it to reset, I would just take it over to like, do you guys know how many Apple Watches I've had that were broken that I just take to Geek Squad and they bring, get them working for me, and I sell them on eBay. It's pretty dope. So yeah, that's what I would do. I'm not sure how to fix it further than that. Just started cross-listing to Poshmark and Mercari using Flip. Nothing yet, but just started. Any tips? Yeah, just they're only going to allow you to list 100 items on Mercari. So I would just get to 100 as fast as you can. And then once you sell an item on eBay or Mercari and it gets taken down, just replace it and make sure you always have 100 items. So that way you have the most hooks in the water. So that way you can get more and more and more and more sales. Do you send offers to buyers? Yep. Items that have only been listed for 1 week, 2 weeks, months. Yeah, if I list something and 14 minutes later it has a watcher, I send an offer on it. So yeah, just immediately, every time I open my phone. So we'll go to eBay here. And right now I can send 11 offers to buyers. So I'm going to select send offers. I'm going to select all 11 of them, and I'm going to send a 15% off offer. I don't care what the item is or what it's listed for or how long it's been listed. Every chance that I have to send offers, I send them. Not every chance, just whenever I hop on my phone and have offers to send. So I send offers out like 8, 9, sometimes 10 times a day when I wake up, and then just I'm on eBay all throughout the day. So every time I get to 6 or 7 watchers, I just send out another 15% off on all my items. You have provided so many amazing videos. It's like having an encyclopedia of eBay answers from what to source, how to ship, and how to process. You're amazing. Hey, I really appreciate that. That is one of the goals of this channel, is to provide any and all information that I can. So no secrets here. But yeah, there's other channels far better than mine when it comes to being an encyclopedia on eBay. But thanks for throwing my name in there. I appreciate it. I'd like to make an extra $500 a month selling on eBay while keeping my store between 200 and 250 items. Is that realistic? Absolutely. Yep. Yep. So if you want to make $500 a month, yeah, that's super easy. That's very doable. So you have 500 divided by 30. That means you have to just make $16 a day. All you need is one item to sell per day to make $16 profit. So, I mean, per month, that's like super realistic. So $500 divided by 30 is only $16.66. So let's say that you have items that only make you $5 profit. I wouldn't recommend that, but you would still only have to sell 3-4 items per day. So yeah, all you have to do is buy one item for $5 that sells for 40 first class shipping, first ground, whatever. And you'll make more than $16 per item, and you just have to sell one per day. And all you need is 100 items typically to do that. So if you have 250 items and your average sell-through rate is about 80% sell-through rate on each individual item, at 250 items, you're going to have on average 2 sales a day. And you only need 2 sales a day. If you average $10 profit, even at 2 sales per day, that's going to make you $600 a month. So you're going to beat that. So yeah, you just need 1 or 2 sales a day. And that's definitely doable at 200 to 250 items. Jake, the ergonomic Microsoft keyboards, do you pick them up and sell them without the USB wireless thing? Yeah, I do. Yep. So even if they don't come with the, you just have to disclose that and then just make sure that individual model is worth it. A lot of times they're still worth $30 even without the dongle, but you just got to make sure you look up Microsoft 1084 or Microsoft 1019 or whatever the model number is, and then just make sure that that model number is selling well without the dongle. Sourcing in a town of 440 where winter is brutal can be so difficult, but I searched on Facebook and Google for small thrift stores and have managed to make some great contacts for inventory. There it is. 440 people in the town. Sounds rough. And Rocky Mountain Reseller decided they were going to be the person who just beat their competition no matter what. So good on you. That's what I'm talking about. The fastest flip I ever had was they were this BRSL. I have no idea what you just said, Lisa. I'm sorry. What labels, printers, and bags do you use boxes to? I get all my boxes from dumpsters. I use the Rollo wireless printer. I use Gyro packs for my polymailers, link in the description below. And yeah, I use Rollo labels for my labels. I was going to say S Corp for insurance. Yep, the S Corp insurance. Did your parents teach you about business in elementary school, Jake? No, they. My parents are awesome, but I didn't learn like a business or financial background. YouTube taught me a ton of that, which is awesome. So yeah, my parents did an awesome job at creating an awesome environment for me to learn. But I grew up pretty poor my whole life, and we always had just enough money to get by. And then if I ever needed to get something that was more expensive, then like I would pay for half and my parents would pay for half. And so I would go out and I would mow lawns, or I would knock doors and shovel driveways, things like that. And I think that right off the bat just taught me the principles of making money and all that stuff. And then I've learned how to leverage through investments from YouTube. and yeah, money making everyone. So you don't have to have rich parents to be rich, and you don't, and yeah, and my parents have learned a lot in finance as well throughout the years. So we're all learning together. Watch and listen to Daily Refinement in Tech and Sports for complete understanding of what eBay and of understanding of eBay and what and how to be successful. You can't go wrong with those two guys. Yeah, I like both their channels as well. Both great guys. I have wonderful insurance from the marketplace. Sad I have to go on Medicare in May. Yeah. No, yeah, the marketplace is great. A lot of people have this stigma that like you lose money. And it's no, yeah, entrepreneurs typically have better insurance than people that work at a call center. Hello, first time here. Just came by. This video popped up as soon as I opened my YouTube. Well, thanks for being here, Marianne. Appreciate that. It's awesome to hear. The algorithm's working. Can I sell AT&T U-verse remotes on eBay? I don't know. I don't know if they're veiled or not, but yeah, I'd do it until they ask you not to, if you don't know. AT, let's see if they're even worth reselling though. There are, oh wow, those have a good sell-through rate. Pretty decent. Good sell-through rate, not the highest price, but yeah, sling them. And then if eBay sends you an email saying, hey, it's possible that you did not know this, but this is on our Vero list, please do not relist this item, and then stop selling it. Jake, when you have been through at least 2 economical cycles, come back and give your experiences. You have no idea. Wait, are we still talking about the Chiefs and Patriots? Fastest flip ever for me was 3 newborn size t-shirts for 30 cents, sold for $6. Fastest flip ever. Oh, that's cool. 30 cents and then $6. Hey, not a huge profit, but man, when it sells like that, it's worth it. Hello from San Diego. San Diego, sweet. I did a little bit of summer sales in Temecula, so that was fun. Thanks for your help. I really appreciate it. Hey, of course, man. Always here. Hello, senor. I got confused every time that I used eBay calculator to see my profit on a shirt that I sold between shipping charge and shipping cost. Should I fill up both? Of course, buyer ship. So there's a app called eProfit, I think. Let's see. Yeah, it's eProfit, eBay profit calculator. I don't currently have it, but it looks like that. You can download that app and it'll tell you exactly how much money you make if you put in the information correctly. So I would do that. Hi there, I'm a reseller in the UK studying a degree in finance. That's what I'm talking about. I love finance. I'm considering moving to Utah after my degree to try reselling full-time for a few years. What do you think I should do? I think you should do what's best for yourself and your family. That's a big move. But yeah, I mean, if you're getting a degree in finance, I would probably focus on finance. I mean, if I, speaking personally, if I spent all that time to get a degree in finance just to move to a different country and sell things online, I think that would be kind of a waste of my degree. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go full time, I mean, Utah is really good. It a lot of people will get upset at me for saying this, but I think that there's a ton of people that are successful in Florida and California and New York and North Carolina and Louisiana and Dallas, I mean, and Texas and New Mexico. So I know that I live in a very awesome place to source, but I think you can be successful anywhere in the United States and even the UK. I have a lot of friends in the UK that are smashing it. So yeah, if you want to uproot everything and move to Utah, that's definitely your decision. I think you should do what's best for you and your family, and I definitely don't think that you should listen to me about it. But Utah is an awesome place. I love Utah. I love the outdoor adventures that Utah brings. I love the culture of Utah. You're going to find a lot of Mormons here. Some people have really high things to say about Mormons. A lot of people have a lot of really negative things to say about Mormons. So you'll learn a lot about that culture very, very quickly because the majority of us here in Utah are Mormon. But I really love Utah. Utah is also, it's very safe. Utah is awesome. If you want to raise a family, Utah is a really, really awesome place to be. I really don't have anything bad to say about Utah. I freaking love it. So if you want to move to Utah, it's a dope place to live. Holy cow, Batman, I caught a live stream of J-Ride Flips. I know you're an everything seller. I am too. However, is it better to try to niche down to about 3 categories or so? I don't think so. A lot of people will disagree with me on that, but I think you should just buy everything that sells very quickly and sell those things. So if you're a clothing seller and you see Pokemon Red version for Game Boy that sells for $115, why would you pass on it? If you're a video game seller and you see a mizzen and main shirt that has a 300% sell rate that sells for $30, why wouldn't you grab the mizzen and main shirt? People can do whatever they want, and there's a lot of pros and cons to everything seller or niche seller. But I don't know. A lot of people only sold cassettes and killed it during the pandemic, and now a lot of those shops are closing down. So a lot of times you can niche your way out of business because I sell a ton of digital cameras. And I don't think I'm going to be selling a ton of digital cameras in 2016. I really don't. I could be. I don't know. I don't know if that market is going to majorly shift or not. But yeah, I mean, if I fully committed to cameras and then all of a sudden they stopped selling in 2016, I wouldn't be around. So but yeah, it's important to do what's best for you and your family and your business. But yeah, I definitely recommend being an everything seller. I think there's more profit. I think there's a lot more fun too. I'd like to make an extra $500 a month. Okay, sorry, we already answered that. Does it ever happen that you sell the same item or more than one site? If so, how do you handle the disappointed customer? This happens every once in a while. I recommend keeping the best account health on eBay. So if I sell something on eBay and Poshmark Mercari, which has only happened one time. It really doesn't happen as much as people say it does. Maybe it does in other people's experiences, but in mine it doesn't. I just cancel the order on Poshmark, and if it happens on Mercari, I'll just cancel the order on Mercari. But yeah, it just hasn't. It's only happened to me once. If you drive a cheap car in BH, the police and security stop you guaranteed. Where's BH? Beverly Hills? Oh, oh yeah, that's talking about when. Well, he's in a really nice company pest control car, so. I'm sick with the flu, literally bedridden, and have to force myself to ship 13 items today. Not really complaining, but be grateful for being healthy. Something we overlook consistently. Hey, appreciate the attitude. You're killing it. You're killing it. And this is another reason why I recommend having a draft bank. Because if you are sick with the flu or get a hernia surgery, like I just did, your listings still go up. Your business still moves, and then hopefully, you can either fight through the flu and do these 13 packages, like our friend here, or you have a spouse that's supportive, or you have scaled to a point where you have employees, or at least someone who can step in and do these things. But yeah, 220 people in here. Thank you guys for liking the video and asking questions. We have a ton more questions to go. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get to all of them, but I'm just going to keep going. My wife is at soccer practice, and she's probably going to get off in the next 20 to 40 minutes. And then we will be heading over to her grandma's house. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm having a good time here. Appreciate everyone asking all these questions and liking the video and subscribing and all that stuff. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep moving forward. But yeah, everyone be grateful for your health, and thanks for the reminder there. I just started a YouTube channel about reselling. Manacle merchant. I've been selling online for years, but I just went full-time on eBay last quarter. What advice would you give as a new YouTuber? Love this question. First off, we're going to head over to your YouTube channel. Manacle merchant. Ooh, 150 subscribers already. Not bad. Not bad. Only 12 videos and 150 subscribers. That's good numbers, man. Keep that up. You got 1.2K on a video already. Yeah, dude, you're gonna be good at this. So congratulations. Just looking at your profile here, your thumbnails look great. Your titles, I would say your titles are a bit busy. but I'm just looking for a critique, right? So yeah, I wouldn't majorly change things. I'm just kind of looking for things. But yeah, it looks like your channel's doing great. So keep up what you're doing. I would definitely recommend evergreen content. One of the reasons why I keep growing, I get 100 subscribers a day minimum on this channel on J Ride Flips, and that's because I have like 6 videos in the background getting around 500 views every single day. So I'm getting at least 3,000 views every single day from my 6 top performing videos, because it's not just like, hey, look at this crazy thing I found at the thrift store. That's going to get a spike and then plateau. But if you can do like a complete guide to sourcing at Goodwill, then it's going to spike and then plateau, and then it's going to get more and then plateau and get more and plateau, because people are always searching for that. So I definitely recommend some good like evergreen content, but definitely make sure you have the educational videos that get a ton of views right when you post them. Have a good balance of everything, but definitely and consistency and you just have to be comfortable in your own skin and allow people to hate you, because people will hate you. People hate J-Ride Flips, and that's okay, man. You can, if you get to a point where you have like 30,000 subscribers, for example, like I do, you will not have 30,000 people who love you and agree with everything you say. It's just impossible. If you have a video with 5,000 views, at least 600 of them probably are going to critique it in a negative way, or not like you or your voice or the way you look or the way you present yourself. You just have to get over that. Like it's all good. So really focus on loving yourself and loving your own content. And then the subscribers and the views and the money and all that will come. But if you really focus on what people say to you and about you, this is going to be a very difficult thing. So really focus on just being okay with what people say about you. And it is what it is. And I know that's a really hard trait that a lot of people don't have, but it can be developed. Hello, senor. Oh, I already answered this. I might have accidentally scrolled up. Let's see. I was given 8 gold bags full of cloves. Haven't got a clue about them, but I know they came from a high school when they had a golf club. Most were donated by a local millionaire golf resort. Wow. Yeah, get on those. Yep, just look them up. See what they go for on eBay and sling them. Golfing is an awesome category. I love remotes. Found my first Logitech Harmony worth $60. So I'm talking about, man. But if you weren't looking for it, you'd never find it. Okay. I know that some people get really upset with me when I say things like this, but if you look for failure, you will find failure. If you look for yellow cars, you will find yellow cars. And if you look for Harmony remotes, you will find Harmony remotes. I promise. I don't know, it's just, I didn't even, like, when I first started reselling the first 6 months, I'll bet you I passed on like 12 Harmony remotes because I just didn't know that remotes sold well. And I especially didn't know that Harmony remotes sold well. But then I gained that knowledge eventually, and now I look for them and I find them. But if I don't look for them, I will not find them. But yeah, sorry to get a little philosophical there. We lost like 14 viewers. Market crash is about to crash. Laws of human nature. That is a law of human nature right there. Always predicting a crash. We just never know. What I've learned about economics is, once you feel like you know anything about economics, completely forget everything you know about economics. I've been hearing about this crash from Rich Dad Poor Dad for the last 19 years, I think. So ever since 2008, everyone has been predicting a crash every single year since 2008. I do actually agree with you. I do think one is coming, but we just have no way of knowing for sure. But I do see that people have more credit card debt than ever in history. I see that people are over leveraged on their mortgages. The 90-day late car payment rate just continues to climb, continues to climb. I do agree with you that a market crash is coming, but yet we still don't know for sure. So this is the 4th attempt to actually finish a message. Yeah, your message has been a little rough there, Lisa. Let's see what we got here. So I am just going to say thank you. I just recently found you here and picks. I love them. Hey, thank you so much, Lisa. I really appreciate that. The JRide Picks channel has been pretty garbage, to be honest. Like my videos there have not been good. So I really appreciate everyone subscribing and watching them. I'm just still figuring out the settings. I just barely lost a ton of footage from my GoPro that I was going to make another video on. I'm learning about how fast to walk and how to do voiceovers. And I keep getting copyright strikes because all the music is so loud in my thrift stores and it just messes up the videos. But I appreciate that. I promise you guys that the JRide Picks account is going to be really awesome. But it's taking me a little bit to figure it out. Thank you for all your contributions new to all this, and your videos have been so helpful. Hey, I appreciate that so much. I really do. Hey, just joining the live, curious about your hernia surgery. Did you get the mesh pad type surgery? I did. Yep. So they cut me open on 3 small places in my stomach, and then they put that mesh pad down there, and they put it on my left side. I wish they would have put it on my left and right, just because my dad has had 3 hernias and his dad had a few hernias. So I feel like I will get a right side hernia eventually, maybe in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 25 years. I do think I will be getting one. But yeah, I shouldn't be getting any in the left side because that good old mesh pad. So I just did that with a retro PC monitor, made $20 on the shipping. LOL. I think he's referring to when I was talking about dumpster diving. Dumpster diving can be super lucrative. There was a guy in Utah in like 2010 who made the news, who claimed he made like $250,000 in 1 year just by dumpster diving at 3 local Home Depots, and I believe him. Like, and then the Home Depots, and Targets, and all that stuff started putting those like shields that connect to the building to the dumpster. And he obviously couldn't do that too much anymore. But yeah, dude, dumpster diving is dope. Also not being able to lift things, I hear you. Yeah, it's tough. Especially with my personality, like I just hate not doing things. Sucks. So thank you. I bought a Taylor Swift CD for $2 and sold it for $120 plus shipping. So I'm talking about I just sold one for like 18. But yeah, Taylor Swift stuff is hot right now because she's a billionaire and she's really, really good at what she does. Plus, she is like the #1 person talked about right now because of Travis Kelce and the Super Bowl and stuff. And she just won I think she won like 4 or 5 Grammys last night. So yeah, anything Taylor is moving. How many days do you put for your handling? I would put 1, but my post office, every time I change it to 1, they mess up on a ton of packages, and then I get to just above standard instead of top rated. So I just have it at 2, so that way when they make their mess ups, it doesn't affect me. So I have 2-day handling time because my post office kind of sucks, but I would recommend having 1. My clothes don't sell as well as I would like, specifically Ralph Lauren polos. I have expected sales volumes with everything else. Any idea why this might be? Unrelated, I'm a big fan. I started in October and my 90 days at 16,000, and this is almost exclusively because of you and Pro Picker. Thanks for the amazing content. I appreciate you. First off, I love Pro Picker. Awesome to be included in his ranks. 16,000. That's awesome. That's not because of Pro Picker and I. That's because of you seeking knowledge and doing the work. So congratulations there. The reason why you're not selling Polo Ralph Lauren very fast is because if you type in Ralph Lauren Polo, there are 740,000 listed, 750,000 listed, and only 280,000 sold. So that's about a 35% sell-through rate. So that means you should expect to sell your Polo Ralph Lauren polo about every. Sorry, I'm letting my dog in. That means that it has a slow sell-through rate, and you're not going to be selling it every month. That's for sure. So I would probably just stop sourcing Polo Ralph Lauren, but focusing on the ones that do have a fast sell-through rate. And there's this guy named Tech and Sports who talks about the ones that do have a fast sell-through rate often. So I would recommend looking up Tech and Sports on YouTube and having him teach you about Polo Ralph Lauren if you want to keep selling it. I started transitioning from part to full-time in the beginning of December. Currently 1,100 listed and over 1,100 sold in the last 90 days. You guys are good at this, man. Like, I just hear so much negative sentiment on YouTube and some Facebook groups. Then every time I hop on these lives or I ask my Facebook following how things are going, the majority of people are killing it. So so that's awesome. Keep it up, guys. Like you guys are doing great. Sent too soon again. I am almost not able to lift as much as I'd like. Yeah, lifting, not being able to lift is the worst. You have a broken hand? Oof. Yeah, that sucks. Practical advice. Love it. Not sure what you were referring to because you said that at 5:52 and it's 6:32. You're probably not even here, but appreciate that. Man, I'm that far behind in the chat. I'm so glad you're feeling better. Thanks for teaching me better. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you so much. My split keeps hitting send. Yeah, that. Hey, appreciate you being here, Lisa. You're killing it. What's some of your favorite books on personal and business finance? I think your foundation should be Richest Man in Babylon. Love that book. It's so short, it's so simple, and it's just so awesome. No matter what, save 10%. Just save 10% and you will immediately be vaulted into the top percentile in the United States. People make money and they spend money, and then they make more money and then they spend more money. If you can make more money and save more money, and then once you save more money, you invest more money, holy cow. So the premise of that book is basically save 10% of your income and then let that income work for you to make more of it. So love that book. Another book that I like is Atomic Habits. That's more like self-help, but when you can understand how to program yourself to be a more productive person, you're going to make more money and ultimately have more business and more finance, right? So those are probably my two foundational books. And then I also, oh, nice. A lot of people aren't going to like this answer, but I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and the Book of Mormon and the Bible have taught me so much about business. I know it sounds weird, but the principles in those books, man, just makes me a better man and a better entrepreneur. So 2% ruined my click-through rate. Not sure what that means. Oh, you promoted at 2% and it ruined your click-through rate? Yeah. I'm okay with my click-through rate going down if my sales go up. So like Tic Tacs, you know how they're right there at the counter when you're checking out? A lot more people see Tic Tacs and don't buy them, but a lot more people see the Tic Tacs and buy them. So the percentage of Tic Tac sales are very, very low, but the number of sales is very, very high. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes it's so like I have a few videos that have 20,000 views and my click-through rate is like 9%, which is good. Like 9% click-through rate, it's like, oh, sweet, you did great on that video. But my most viewed videos only have like a 4% click-through rate, but they have hundreds of thousands of views. I want my click-through rate to go down because that means it's getting presented to more people. And even at a lower percentage, I have much more views. And in terms of eBay, I have much more sales. So if my click-through rate goes down, I'm fine because if my sales are going up. Sometimes your click-through rate goes down and your sales go down. That's not a place where you want to be at all. But if your click-through rate goes down but your sales go up, it's a positive thing. Magic the Gathering, exclamation points. I've been having problems with international shipping also. Hi, Scout. You want to go out? You probably just want to hang out with me, huh? Just have fun. If you start barking, I'll come hang out with you. Yeah, I haven't been experiencing any of those issues. I'll let you guys know. But I know that Germany is part of the international shipping, but I've had 2 German customers reach out to me saying they can't purchase my items. So it happens. But then those items both sold to people here in America. So after fees, what do you consider your lowest selling price point that is still worth your time? All I care about is sell-through rate. So Like I even sell things that like profit me like $1.80 or whatever, but I'm moving more and more away from those items. Like I sell a ton of basketball cards that I make like $1.60 on, but I'm also passionate about basketball cards, so it's okay. But yeah, I don't really focus on profit margin. I just focus on sell-through rate. And the nice thing about focusing on sell-through rate is the items that have fast sell-through rate are desirable and have great profit margins. So by focusing on sell-through rate and not focusing on profit margin, I actually increase my profit margin. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you focus on sell-through rate, you're just going to make more money. It's going to sell faster. And because it's selling faster, it's desirable. So it's going to sell for more money. So I don't have a minimum profit threshold. Do you mind to explain the best way to estimate box size and wait for calculated shipping during the listing process when you don't know the exact box you will use? Thank you. Yeah, that just comes over time of doing it dozens, hundreds, even thousands of times. But if you're going to put something in a poly mailer, then so this mouse weighs. And then when it comes to ground advantage, anything under 12 by 12 by 12, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the rate. So that weighs 5 ounces. So I know that my bubble wrap in this is only going to be like maybe another 1.5 ounces. So I'm just going to round up to 8 ounces. If it was 8 ounces, I would just round up to 12. Now, if this was 1 pound and 2 ounce, then I would just raise it to 2 pounds because that's the next threshold of increased prices, which you also need to learn, which there are a lot of videos out there that teach that. So it just comes by a lot of experience. But when you're first starting out, I recommend adding 3 inches to all sides. And then I recommend adding 5 ounces if it's under 1 pound, and then adding 1 pound if it's under 5 pounds, and then adding 2 pounds if it's under 10 pounds, and then adding way more pounds if it's over that, just depending. None of my men's shirts are selling on eBay, even with some shirts that have a 200% sell-through rate. It takes months for these shirts to sell. Would you recommend getting these shirts on another platform? I would, but I would also probably just recommend if you have a 200% sell-through rate item and it's taking like 5, 6, 7 months to sell, drop it by $7 and it'll sell. Sometimes we just think that our items are worth a little bit more than they actually are. So sometimes just a quick little price adjustment, knocking it down 10%, 15%, or just knocking it down a $5 or a $7 or whatever it is, usually gets things moving very quickly. So a lot of times when you just price things a bit too high, a bit more than the market is willing to pay for, and so they just gobble up everything below yours, and yours just keeps getting pushed away because there's always another one available for $7 less. What times do you schedule your listings to go live every day? 8 a.m. or 8 p.m.? Between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Just when I wake up, I manually launch them. So it's usually at about 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I get up at 5:45. I mosey around for a while, and then I launch my listings. Sometimes I sleep in, and so sometimes they go live at like 7:45 or 7. But yeah, just sometime before 9 p.m. usually. Small town reseller here. Estate sales, churchyard sales, garage sales, and last choice, shop Goodwill online, but select 1 cent shipping. Otherwise, not worth it. Yeah. Business and entrepreneurship is just adapting. It's problem solving and adapting. You have a problem in front of you, you solve it. That's in essence, that really what is entrepreneurship is. You're never going to have a day that goes completely smooth. You're never going to find a niche or a market or an industry that has zero competition. And you're never going to find a product or a service that has zero cons, negatives, or breakable situations. All you're doing as an entrepreneur is pushing out a product or a service and then fixing every single problem that happens along the way. Someone doesn't like the service, you got to do customer service. Shipping just increased by 18%, and that eats into your margin. You just have to figure out how you're going to lower the shipping or lower the cost of the good or increase the price but not drive away customers. You're just constantly problem solving. That's what entrepreneurship is. And that's what this 601 ROLIZ 3NP is doing. So congrats. Keep it up. Big mistake beginners do is assume buyers with no feedback are trying to scam them. Oh, it is. Yep. And it's you know, yeah, it's unfortunate just because a lot of people just use Google. A lot of even a lot of reseller. I never bought anything on eBay till I started reselling on eBay. My whole life, I had never bought anything on eBay ever. I don't think my parents have ever bought anything on eBay either. They just had gone to Walmart and Kroger their whole life, and then now they buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, but never eBay. A lot of people just never use it, but they Google. Man, I don't have a remote control for my Panasonic Blue Line VCR player. I wish I had one of those. I'm gonna Google it. Oh, looks like it's available on eBay. Sweet, purchase. That's how a lot of first time buyers happen.
No, but I found these results on search.
Hey Google, stop. When determining sell-through rate, how far do you niche down? Example, it's significantly harder on clothing. If you just again, if you have this mouse, it's very easy to know the sell-through rate of this mouse. You just type in MX Master S3 mouse, Logitech mouse. Yeah. When it comes to shirts, it's a lot more difficult. So I always baseline. I just type in Ralph Lauren shirt. I see how horrible the sell-through rate is, and I go, crap. Then I type in the size, and then I go, oh crap, it still sucks. Then I type in the color, and then I go, oh crap, it still sucks. I'm not doing Polo Ralph Lauren. But then if I see that it has a black label, then I'll type in black label, and I'll be like, oh freak, yeah, this Polo Ralph Lauren is awesome. I'm buying this. Oh, it has a purple label? Oh sweet, I'm gonna buy that one. But if you just type in Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, and you are an only fast sell-through rate item eBay store, you will never buy Polo Ralph Lauren. But if you type in Polo Ralph Lauren Big Pony España, because it says Spain on the back, España on the back, they're gonna find that it has a pretty fast sell-through rate. Just little nuances like that. If you so it just Tommy Bahama, again, another very saturated category. If you type in Tommy Bahama shirt, horrible sell-through rate. But if you see right here on the tag, it says San Lucio stretch, you'll realize, wow, that actually has a 250% sell-through rate. So I'm definitely going to include that in my title, and I'm definitely going to pick this up to resell. But I'm going to leave behind all the other Tommy Bahama shirts. If you haven't watched my most recent J-Ride Picks video, I think it's called Are Mom and Pop Shops Better Than Goodwill Thrift Stores? I actually just do that scenario that I just talked about. I find a very fast sell-through rate item Tommy Bahama shirt, and then a couple shirts behind it, I find two slow sell-through rate Tommy Bahama shirts that I leave behind. So I would actually really recommend watching that video, even though it has a bit of audio issues after 6 minutes and 40 seconds, but still learning. But yeah, guys, with that, my wife should be off any second, and my dog is starting to bark a little bit. So, but yeah, I really appreciate everyone coming out here. I would really appreciate it if you guys go check out my J-Ride Picks channel if you're interested in picking content like thrift stores, yard sales, estate sales. I was really excited to do an estate sale video, but I lost the footage, and I got a ton of really good stuff. So maybe I'll just do a video of showing you what I did find. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I love you guys. Please be positive and enjoy your day. I want you guys to make more money than you ever have and spend more time with your family than you ever have. Just crush it at reselling. Have a positive outlook on life. And I love you guys. Really appreciate it. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you later.